much riding on those coattails. This is all I wrote, and I will
I love it. I know what you wrote.
Aye, mama, get that bread.
Yes.
Like, most of us know what it was like at that point.
We were teenagers in the 10s.
Yeah, and we all had jobs.
Yeah. Yep. And then, not the 10s, the thousands. Sorry.
Yeah,
right?
The thousands.
The thousands. I have the 10s.
Yes.
Which is the fourth wave of feminism, which has given us words like manspreading and mansplaining, names for realities women deal with but have never been able to discuss, and the Me Too movement, a powerful political movement that has, at least temporarily, felled some of the biggest names in media for sexual predation. Call them out, baby. Call them out.
So,
here we are in the 20s, man.
We are.
We're living the 20s in the past 2 years.
And I just want to say, full circle.
Yes.
With the impending
I
World
was
War,
say that too.
Some of us would prefer to be barefoot and pregnant and in the kitchen.
Yes, literally full circle. Like, but by choice.
By choice.
By choice.
I don't want to go to war. Thank you. Personally, from my own observations, I see way more women in the workforce than men. Every job I've ever worked, women have outnumbered men.
Oh, same.
Like,
yeah. In my department, there's 3 men out of the 20 that are in my area. I definitely we didn't talk about it at all throughout the decades, but about weight in women, how a woman is supposed to look, and like the clothes that are provided to them. Like, most larger women in the early years had to make their own clothes. Like, you had to learn to sew and sew your own clothes. But like, they were put in muted colors so that they weren't like main character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You hid it.
Yes. And now in the 20s, like, if you ain't big, you ain't beautiful. You are beautiful. Anyone's beautiful. But like, it's just like celebrated more now than deemed derogatory like it was when I was a teenager.
Yeah. And history goes in waves like that.
Yeah,
because,
I agree.
Medieval women, there were like Victorian women.
Yes.
They wanted like big bone, big breasted women because they realized they thought they would survive childbirth easier.
Yeah, they would.
And be able to feed the baby longer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's been interesting going back and seeing and learning about women and their socioeconomic
It is funny,
standing.
Like, we would rather be barefoot in the kitchen with the kids and at home.
I would too. My kids are just dogs, though.
Yeah, that's okay.
They're doing really good.
This morning was a real hit for me because it's nice out, and it was like nice in the house. Like, there was sunshine, and I'm like, I feel an energy
alive.
Movement. Literally, yes. I told Josh this weekend we were cleaning out the cars and gonna get them washed, and then we're cleaning the house so he can lay down and nap because he obviously woke up to go to be with them. And I just feel the energy in my body that if I go home and put on tennis shoes, I won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
I was just thinking that.
Drop.
I was just thinking that. Pay attention. It's time for the regularly scheduled portion of the podcast, Song of the
Week. So, in honor of going to said concert, my favorite song, which I had to wait for, let's talk about that for a minute. I had to wait for this song for most of the concert. And when it happened, I think I had so many chills going down my body, I think my nipples got hard. It was Light My Love, obviously by Greta Van Fleet.
And then to follow that up, because obviously we've put tons of Greta Van Fleet songs in here. I'm going to go with Safari Song.
That's a good song.
By Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah.
The other thing I gotta say was he was pitch perfect.
Yeah. And when they came out for that encore and did like 3 songs, I'm like, you are precious angel babies.
Yes. It was everything. I have chills again.
Yes.
Right
now. Yes. He's like, well, I'm going to sing.
Yeah.
You asked for it. Yeah, we fucking did.
This week on the Cena segment. So, Cena segment. Short this week because, again, all I can think about is Greta Van Fleet.
Yes.
I just listened to the recent Dungeons and Daddy season 2 episode drop.
Oh, I have
this
not.
week.
I have not. I'm catching up.
I'm so proud, so we can talk about
yes.
it. Yes. Yeah, because this last episode had some they finally getting into the Dungeons and Dragons portion of it.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And
instead of building that backstory.
Yes, I have to say the character Taylor Swift in that is my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And just because of this last episode.
Yeah.
I don't know how he decided to take an anime nerd and make him a popular kid.
Yeah.
But it works. It works. So reading, as y'all know, I read multiple books at the same time. I have been reading the manga Blackbird by, and I'm going to butcher this name, Kanoko Sakurakoji. And
I think you did pretty well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And my coworker's been bringing it to me, and I've been reading them 1 volume at a time, and then we squee about it and talk about it, and then go back to our lives. I am also reading our book of the month, The Diabolical Miss Hyde by Viola Carr. Listen, folks, we're giving you plenty of weeks to read and be able to listen to our episode and be able to have had read the book.
Yes.
So read the book.
Be a part of our book club.
Now, my dad also gave me a book, and as we know, if my dad's giving me a book, it is a religious book.
Yes.
I've had a problem with the last couple ones he gave me.
Uh-huh.
One, it was written by a man, and a man who tells you you're not good enough kind of thing.
Oh. Your dad gave you that book.
That's because it all came from St. Nick's. They were handing them out.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There's some nice stuff in that book, but it was definitely spirituality mansplained by a man.
Yeah.
However, because I bitched so much about that book, and even my sister did.
Wow.
Yeah. So my dad gave me this devotional book, which is entirely too Protestant for me. Yeah. There's no meat and potatoes. It's just fluff.
Yes.
So we actually have a book drive at work, and I'm donating it.
Yep. Yep.
But because I complained about that, my dad gave me this book called The Way of the Ascetics by Tito Collender. And I'm liking this one much better.
Yeah.
It's more meat and potatoes,
yes.
Less you're a terrible person, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then I guess the last thing for the Cena segment is I've been obsessed with The Sims 4 this week.
Yeah.
I've just been playing it, and I think it's because I've been anxious about going to the concert, so I need to fill my time.
Yes.
But I also downloaded a new expansion pack, which literally makes me the
main character?
The next Fab Five.
Yes.
I go into people's houses, I remodel them, and they pay me money.
Hello, Bobby.
I'm into it. I should make the Fab Five.
Yes.
You've been listening to the Wife Wednesday podcast.
Bye.
All right, wives. We are at Wife Wednesday Pod on Instagram and Facebook. And because Twitter can go fuck themselves, you can find us at Wife Wed Podcast. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and of course on our host, Spreaker. You can reach out to us on any platform or email us directly at info@wifewednesdaypod.com. Our episodes drop every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Remember, we post Song of the Week every week on Instagram stories, and it is saved in highlights. And for our book clubs, we have all the books we read listed on Goodreads, which can be found on our link tree located in our bio on all platforms, along with our Spotify Song of the Week playlists. We would also like to thank our manager Dustin for dealing with us on a weekly basis.